Korach said, someone came and then they asked, Mosai Ovo Ve'roeh Pnei Elokim. That's all I need is to see the Pnei Elokim. All this talk about Kodesh HaKadoshim, Madregas, Kol Haida Kulam Kadoshim, what do we need it all for? The main thing is you could take a little particle and with that become close to Hashem. Like the story Rav Gifter was going in the stores of Tachshitim in New York, and there's a certain street of jewelry where they sell jewelry, and he went to a certain store where he deals with the dust that comes out of the polishing of the diamonds, and they collect that dust, those particles, and they make out of it, they put it all together, they stick it together, they make out of it a certain kind of a diamond. And he showed under the microscope, and these little particles that they're something, they're like little diamonds. And these can become, they can become diamonds in themselves, and this person does business with it. You see from here the value of the small things. This Fasemis says, and that was his mistake, that was Korach's mistake. And that's what Hashem said, Moshe Rabbeinu said, Ha'ma'at mikem, is it ma'at? Don't you see that you have an avodah, and it's not ma'at? If you would understand, if you would understand what avodah Hashem is, you would know the value of the ma'at, and you don't see that value, so you're looking for madregas. That was the union of Korach. This week, the producer gave me an article from the magazine of a newspaper. What's the name of the newspaper? What? I don't even know what it's called. So here there's an article about Rav Nachum Rabinovitz, the Rosh Yeshiva of
It's from Rabbi Kaplan. It's from Makori Shon.
Oh, Makori Shon. I think it's that Picarsis section, like I like to call it, of the Makori Shon. So this article is about Rav Rabinovitz, which my father remembers him way back, and we heard from my father over the years, once every 10 years, we heard some kind of comment about him. In this article, he tells about him, and he tells about one. In his books, he writes a lot about the problem of modernism and Torah. Where here he says that I'm trying to look for where he here it is. Here he says like this, he calls it tension that's between orthodoxy, he calls it, which is true to the upper authorities, and modernism that tells a person to free yourself and think on your own. And Rabbi Rabinovitz discusses in his books you can make, how you say it, put the two together. Now, I don't understand. After everything we talked until now, where could there be such a problem? The tension between orthodoxy and modernism. If being an Eved Hashem means that there is nothing else, chutzim avodas Hashem, tzamalacha nafshi, be'et tzir life v'limayim. I'm looking to be close to you. So what problems do I have? What do I care that Olam Hazeh it screams out and says, I'm something. I exist. I am a Metzias. And really, Olam is Miloshen Helem. It's hiding something. It's hiding the real Metzias, which is Ruchnis. So what do I care? What do we care that there is such a thing as a world that says free yourself, think on your own? And by the way, does the world really say think on your own? It's stupid. And what happens? Yeah, you could sit when you have parnos and you have what to eat and you're comfortable. You could say, yeah, I could think on my own. And what happens when you get sick and let's say somebody has cancer, Rachmana litzlan, and he has to go to the doctor and then they do radiation if you're zoche. If you're not zoche, they do chemotherapy, which is much harder. And let's say they do radiation. So they take you into a room and they lay you down and they have a big machine. It's the size of two refrigerators. And out of that comes an arm. And at the end of the arm, there's a big plate, a dish. And it moves. The arm moves over your body. In certain places, it stands still and it moves this way, that way. And after 5 minutes, they tell you you can go out. And you do this treatment according to what the doctor says. Some people have to do it 20 times. Some people do it less. Some people more. And it helps, Baruch Hashem, for a lot of people. It helps if they catch it in the earlier stages. Now, I want to ask a question. This person who's lying there on the bed, and he's letting this dish wave over his body, and he doesn't go out and ask, what is this? What are you doing over there to me? He thinks to himself, well, I guess the doctor knows what he's doing. He understands. And I myself, Babunusa Rabin, was there in that room 20 times. I had to be there and do this treatment. And I saw there was a sign on the door that every day between 12 and 12:30, there won't be treatments. They won't be done. Treatments won't be done because the physicists have to come and check the machine. I'm asking you. And if somebody won't ask, what do the physicists do there? And what happens over here? And how does it work? Can I understand how it works? And by the way, I did ask the doctor, maybe you can explain me what's happening, what is this? Because I'm a person that sits and learns all day and thinks and wants to understand. And I don't feel like just lying there and letting something be done to me. I'd like to understand what's happening. The doctor did say something, and I wasn't so happy the way he afterwards, after saying 4 or 5 sentences, he said, Beseder. Is that all right? What does it mean, Beseder? I understood that he means that you don't understand anyway, and you won't understand. So the few sentences I said, does that satisfy you according to your primitive knowledge of this subject? Is that I don't like that. I think that you can simplify things and explain. But let's just say all the other people didn't ask what's happening and what does this do to me. So somebody can say they're not modern because they didn't try to understand. They just accepted the authority of the doctor and they just lie there and let it be done. So nobody's going to accuse them of that because over here the doctor's the one that knows. So why all of a sudden when it comes to Torah, then they have a problem, then there's a problem. Oy, how does this fit with modernism? Well, modernism says, be free, think for yourself. What do you mean think for yourself? How do you know what Tzitzis does for us? How do you know how the spirituality of Tzitzis influences your neshama? In what way it brings you closer to Hashem? How do you know? Do you understand? So what are you going to ask? So I want to understand what Tzitzis is. I don't just want to put it on and not understand. Over here, all of a sudden, you don't have to rely. You don't have to be somebody who accepts the authority of the Torah. Modernism says, don't accept authority. That was korach. Korach said, yeah, right. I'm a Levite, very good. But I want more. Why can't I have more? I understand and I feel and I have cheshik to get more madrigas than this. So why can't I have it? If you say it's just to become close to Hashem, okay. But you could have more madrigas of being close to Hashem. Why can't I have that? Korach was a modern man. He didn't just want to accept authority. He wanted you should think on your own. So what does Rabbi Rabinovitz wants to answer Korach? That no, that you could be a Korach and you could be a Moshe Rabbeinu at the same time. And we have to find a way that we modern people, we in the Chumash, we learned that Moshe Rabbeinu was left and Korach fell to the ground. But we're modern. Let's take and mix the two. Let's make a Moshe Rabbeinu and a Korach and put them both together and we'll be modern. And that's what Rabbi Rabinovitz will explain to those people. Baruch Hashem that we don't have that problem. It doesn't bother us what the outside world says. Let the outside world say whatever they want. We're going to stay primitive, and we're going to oversimplify things, and we're just going to build walls around ourselves and cut ourselves off from the world around us. And we'll be besimcha, and we'll be happy, and we'll be intelligent also, and we'll be deep, and we'll be thinking people, and nothing is going to be missing us. And I was telling my son all this with my tamimus. I was saying, what's this problem of Torah and modernism? Where's our problem? I don't see the problem in my Dalit Amos. So my son said, yeah, but you don't make parnasa from writing on this. He makes parnasa from it, so he has to make it into a problem. And once it becomes a problem, then he can make parnasa out of it. Then he becomes a huged deis, and then he can write books, and he can make parnasa. Rahman al-Islam,